Hello Sagittarius, welcome to Dove and Serpent Tarot. This is your weekly tarot forecast. Please like, comment, and subscribe to this channel, especially if this reading resonates with you. And also go check out the other videos that may pertain to you for your sun, moon, or rising signs. I think that'll give you a much more dynamic picture of what is going on this week, all right? So let's just jump into it and see what Sagittarius needs to know for this coming week. What is the message for Sagittarius? First card today is the Three of Swords. So let's put that into some context before we get too worried about it. We're going to put out the other 10 cards in our spread here today, and that is going to include our 11th card, our confirmation card, that is just going to go right here. We're not going to look at it until the very end. And that is hopefully going to tie this whole reading together and give us that confirmation that we're looking for, all right? So, first, let's look at this Three of Swords. I think there is some issue going on now with some sort of grief or heartbreak or this kind of emotional pain that is still kind of lingering in your life. And, you know, we're just going to get right to this next card here, and this is the Prince of Cups. I think that it involves this person. I think this may be like a younger male water sign that could be involved in this situation with you with some kind of a breakup, some kind of hurt feelings, or there's just some grief or sorrow there involving this person. And we're going to investigate a little bit to see if we can find out maybe what it was, what happened, or what's going on with it now. But I think that this younger male water sign is someone that has a lot of feelings for you, and I think that maybe the two of you aren't talking any longer. Maybe it was someone with whom you were very close, and now there's just some kind of grief or sorrow or heartbreak or even a little bit of regret or something there. I think maybe they do still wish they had this relationship with you. Now, I don't know that it was a romantic relationship. I'm thinking that it might have been, and we're going to be jumping around a little bit today, because we have this Ace of Cups here, and this is representing the nature of the relationship that you have with this person. And I see that this is, you know, it was maybe a new love. It was maybe a really kind of close emotional connection that you had, maybe like a true love or soulmate kind of situation. I feel like it was really intense, and it was really really a very strong connection. Now, we'll see if we can find out maybe what was going on there or what might be happening now with this person. But interesting that we have the Hierophant in the recent past. So I am wondering if this was maybe someone that you met at work, at church, at your temple or lodge or your order, some kind of a larger organization that you both were at, and I think that might be where you met this person. And it seems to me with this Ace of Cups that it was an instant connection, it was an instant bond, not necessarily romantic, because this Ace of Cups is just saying that there was this immediate connection. And I feel like as soon as you saw this person, you guys just clicked and bonded like you've known each other for years. You know that feeling? So it might not have been romantic, but it was that real instant connection that you had with this person. And I think that you probably met them at some larger event, a larger gathering of people. This could be, you know, a work situation, or it could just be like a large festival or party or some kind of a large gathering of people. I see that that's where you kind of met this person. And again, it was just an instant connection, an instant like bond, like you've known each other for years. So I'm not really sure what happened in that situation where there is this kind of, you know, painful regret or guilt or just sorrow and grief. So I'm thinking that the two of you don't talk anymore. But I think that you are very much on this person's mind still, or they just started kind of thinking about you again. Like maybe this was something that happened quite a long time ago where you had this really close relationship with this person, and then it just kind of either fizzled out, or you both got too busy, or you went separate ways. You just kind of drifted apart. And I see that primarily because there is the Seven of discs. And this, I think, is representing kind of what happened as that relationship progressed. I think that there was just more of a focus on other things. You both had like different goals or different plans for life, or just you had different paths to take, and they didn't really intersect as often as maybe the both of you would have liked. And so maybe one of you went more with career, one of you went more like just kind of an artistic lifestyle, or more creative, or just more business. Maybe someone focused on family, the other was different. It's just kind of different things that you both had. And that could have been why there was this, this not a falling out, but just maybe a drifting apart between the two of you. Okay. I see that really what you're hoping for, or maybe what this other person is hoping for, the ideal kind of outcome in this situation is going to be this high priestess. This is going to be, I think, trusting in the universe that if the two of you were kind of meant to be together, or meant to be friends, or to have a close relationship, then it would happen, right? It wouldn't be a struggle. It wouldn't be so hard to bring that together, right? Maybe the two of you have tried to make plans in the past, and it just, for some reason, doesn't work out. And for some reason, you two have just drifted apart, like I said. But the high priestess is there saying, you know, everything is happening as it should. And if this person was meant to be in your life, then they would be. If you were meant to be in theirs, then you would be. But I think right now they really are kind of bringing up these feelings again. So I think that you're really on their mind a lot lately. However, we don't see a lot of air cards here. In fact, the only swords that we have was this initial 3 of swords, saying that there is some grief or sorrow or regret or guilt that this person is feeling regarding the way that your relationship with them went, the way it ended, perhaps. So I think that they've been thinking a lot about it lately. But I don't see any indication that they're really going to reach out to you. But you've definitely been on their mind lately. Now, don't forget to hit that like button, and please subscribe to this channel, especially if this is resonating with you. So we're moving on here to the Ace of Discs. And I think this, again, is kind of part of how you see yourself and where your focus has been. And I think maybe you were the one who was a little bit more career-oriented or family-oriented, or just, you know, you ventured out on your own path in life, and you built up the things that you wanted that were important to you, like your career and your family, these earthly things, right? And I think that, you know, might be where the two of you kind of drifted apart was, you know, at least I find in my personal life, and I don't like to talk about personal things with me too much because I don't know that any of you really want to hear it. But, you know, as I got older, I tended to just kind of drift away from some of the friends, the really close friends that I had when I was younger, my best friends, you know, because we each started focusing more on our career and our families and those things that are just kind of more independent oriented, you know, like it's just not something that you can really, you can't really get together with your friends as often as you used to. And it just sort of happens that we drift apart, especially when, you know, we have a lot of goals for ourselves and what we want to achieve or do in life. And I think that is a little bit of what's going on with you, or what happened in this situation with this person, who, again, I think may be a younger male water sign. It could be up here, it could be about the same age as you, or a little bit younger, but I think that they are a water sign, or they just have a lot of watery qualities. Maybe they're very sensitive, they were very in tune with their emotions, and they felt things very deeply. And I think that, you know, you decided to kind of go a different route in life that focused on family or career or just your success, and that just kind of, it necessitated you to be just independent, and you, I think, got really busy and you focused on those things. And now I think that might have been some time ago, but now for some reason this person is starting to think about you again. I think that you've really been on their mind a lot lately. And I don't know, again, that they're really going to reach out, or that they're going to do anything with that feeling, with this, you know, kind of thinking about you again. I don't see any other air cards or any other swords that are saying that they're going to reach out. We do have this 5 of Wands down here, and I'm wondering if this is kind of how your relationship with this person has gone when you do try to reconnect with this person. Maybe it is just a little too difficult, too much of a challenge for you both to kind of take time away from your busy lives and get together. With this Five of Wands, this is just kind of conflict and struggle and just maybe fighting or arguing. And I think this is just kind of how it's been when you've tried to connect with this person again. When in the past maybe you've tried to go have a dinner or just go hang out or just to have time for a phone call or whatever the case was. I just think it was a struggle and it never really worked out. One of you was too busy. There was always something that came up, and so it was a definite struggle to get anything like that to happen. And it was like that often enough where now I think you haven't talked to this person in a while. But again, I think that you are on their mind a lot lately. In the recent few days, maybe a week or two in the past, I think they've really been thinking about you a lot. Now, I think part of what's going on too is this Tower card, and this is representing kind of the worry, the fear, the concern in this situation. And for the Tower, it really is, I wonder if this was that your lives became so different that there was just no harmony, there was no common ground, there was no way really to relate to each other anymore. I feel like maybe the life that you had with this person when you were younger, again, it could have been just a close friend, could have been a lover, something like that. Someone with whom I think you had this Ace of Cups feeling. I think it was an instant connection, and maybe the two of you were like inseparable for a long time, back in the day, kind of. But then just things became so different, and life became just completely like night and day between the two of you, and there was just no common ground anymore. And so that connection, that bond that you had, while still there, didn't allow for much getting together or union or even communication, really, because there was no common interests, there were no common goals, really. There was no kind of overlap of experience there. And so I think that was also part of the reason why things drifted apart. Okay. As a long-term outcome card here, interestingly, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So, I think coming off of this Tower card where there was just a complete difference and just kind of a tearing down of that connection or that relationship or that kind of, the inseparable kind of life that the two of you had where you were kind of always together and doing things together. With that kind of dissolving or just kind of fizzling out over time as the two of you just kind of grew up and grew apart, I see that it really gave you the opportunity to focus on your own success. I think that you've had this Ace of Discs kind of mentality where you have goals, you have things that you want to accomplish in life, and that kind of calls for you to be independent or to just to be an adult, I guess, right? Where you're just in charge of your life and you're accomplishing your goals. And I think, that this kind of split or separation or the fizzling out of this friendship, it had to happen in order for you to have the success that you're having, that you're building, and that you're working toward. So I really think that this Wheel of Fortune and this High Priestess just kind of go together in saying that, life happens as it should. Everything kind of happens for a reason, even if that reason seems like a BS reason, or if it just seems kind of inconsequential, or if it seems ridiculous, or if it just seems just unreasonable, right? I think that everything happens in order for you to get where you are going, for you to be on the path that you are on. If this went down any other way, then I don't think you would have the same kind of success that you're working toward now. So, I don't know really what the universe is trying to say to you today, other than this person is thinking about you a lot. And maybe that is going to, indicate you reaching out to them or just giving them a call or sending them a text to just say, hey, how you doing? But let's look at this confirmation card and see what this might tell us. Maybe this will give us a little bit of an idea of what the overall kind of message is in this thing here. And we have the Prince of Swords here. So this might actually be an indication that, hey, you need to have some communication with this person now. It's a good time in your life to reach out to this person. Interesting that this is really the only other air card that we had, because remember we had the Swords here, and I said this was the only Swords card, the only air, the only like indication of communication, and this was just thoughts. This was, this person thinking about you. And now this is the actual like movement of that thought into speech and communication, or a text message or whatever. So I think this could be indicating that some communication is coming. And whether it's you reaching out to them or if they reach out to you, I think it's really just kind of up to your gut and your intuition and what you feel is right. If you want to reach out to this person, but I think in the future there is going to be some sort of communication or reaching out between the two of you, from either from you or from them. I don't think it matters. It's going to happen one way or the other. And what you do with that is kind of up to you. And maybe in the extended version of this reading, we'll see kind of what that communication is going to lead to. But I think this is a nice kind of summary of things, or a nice confirmation that is just bringing us back to the beginning, where you've been on this person's mind a lot lately. They've been thinking about you a lot lately, and there's going to be some reaching out, some communication that gets reestablished. And whether that goes anywhere or not, we'll have to see. If you want to watch the extended version of this reading, you can become a member of this channel, and all of the information is down in the description box. This was your weekly tarot forecast on Dove and Serpent Tarot.